This is a big question I've been getting a lot, as I do a lot of YouTube tutorials on this channel, and that is, how do you become comfortable being on camera? Now, this definitely depends upon the person. This video is going to be a very raw, unedited, casual, fireside chat style video, as if me and you are hanging out, and you're like, hey man, just how do you get comfortable on camera? I want to start filming, I want to start making YouTube videos or TikTok videos or Instagram Reels or all the above or whatever. How do you get comfortable? Because for some reason, I tighten up. And there's three main tips I am going to give you on this video. So let's get into it. One, practice. I know there's nothing more cliche than just being like, do it. But as Mr. Beast has said numerous times and a lot of other people, you know, your first 50 YouTube videos are just not going to be good. It's just part of anything. I've talked about this before in other videos as well. There was one, I don't know if this is true or not, there's like one like story. Again, I don't know if this is like an actual real story, but I think the meaning behind it is truthful. Where there was a pottery class, and for the final exam, the professor grouped the entire class in two different groups, Group A, Group B. In Group A, he said, okay, I want you to make me one pot and make it the best, most amazing pot, and that's what you're graded on. For Group B, he said, look, I actually want you to make as many pots as possible. The more pots you make, the higher your grade is. So quality versus quantity. Even so, that being said, what the professor noticed at the end of, like, say, a week, for example, when they gave in both the results, Group B, even though they were going for quantity, their last pot was actually better than Group A's. So a big thing sometimes is doing repetition over and over and over again. And I'll be honest, for me, when it comes to YouTube, you know, there were times in the beginning where, for me, I will say I've always kind of felt comfortable on camera. This is why I think it is a personality thing too. But even so, I do feel like that there is something to be said that in the beginning, it is going to be awkward. Like, you're talking to an inanimate object. Like right now, I'm talking to my iPhone, right? In case you're curious in terms of my YouTube setup, it's literally like a $15 or $20 tripod I got on Amazon, my iPhone, and the Shure MV7 microphone, and this is wired to my computer as it's recording everything. But that's pretty it. That's pretty much it. Like, use your smartphone to record everything. You don't need a fancy schmancy camera. But even still, I am right now talking to an inanimate object, which seems weird at first, where I'm like, okay, is someone going to watch this or whatever? And I feel like that the biggest thing to say to a lot of people in the beginning is just practice. Over and over and over again. The more you do it, the more comfortable you get. Because I think if anything, I think there's two things that happen with a lot of people is, I think one, it's just weird talking to nothing. Like right now, it's silent. There's nothing in this room except me and this camera, and I'm talking to the camera. I'm talking to an inanimate object. No one's talking back to me. So it feels almost a bit trippy, a bit weird, being like, oh, I'm just talking to a random object, and it feels uncomfortable. But I think after a while, just practice in general, like working out, trying a new skill, a new hobby, learning a new instrument, eventually it'll get more and more comfortable. I think also the second thing, which I'll talk about a bit later in this video, is I think for a lot of people, when you first start filming, you kind of gain some anxiety or have some anxiety where you jump the gun, where you start thinking like, oh shoot, well, someone's gonna see this. I'm not just filming this for myself to put in an archive, almost like writing in a journal where no one's gonna see it, we can truly be vulnerable, but this is gonna be going on YouTube. The world can technically watch my video, so even though, yeah, right now I'm talking to an inanimate object, the end result is someone, and all people watch my video. But the truth is, if you do wanna be a YouTuber, if you do wanna be a TikToker, if you wanna be somebody who is online in general, that is something you do have to be prepared for. That things like negative comments, things like potential controversy, you just being out in the open and potentially being criticized in a positive way or a negative way is the kind of inevitable factor of being a YouTuber, right? Like I've talked this with, I did a video, I think it was like a month ago, whatever, about how I handle negative comments on YouTube. And I was kind of honest in that video. I was like, hey, to be honest, that's just part of it. Like that's just, there's a lot of pros to being a YouTuber. Of course, there's a lot of benefits. But one of the cons is you are fully out in the open. Fully out in the open. So the first thing I'm going to say to get comfortable on camera, just practice. Just practice. Second thing, and this is kind of like a cool, I think to make it more honest and transparent, pretend like you're talking to a friend. I think this is a cool thing that I remember like learning this when it comes to writing. I used to like blog a lot and do a lot of writing, is I didn't write in first person or third person. I almost wrote in second person, which means you. So it's supposed to be saying, I'm going to the store. And then in third person is like, Mark went to the store. I'm saying, you want to know something? You want to know something? I went to the store, so it's kind of like I'm saying you. And I feel like that in the beginning, when it comes to YouTube, when you start making videos, a big thing I suggest is pretend like you're sitting with your friend. You're hanging out, like, say, at the bar having a beer. Or, like, say, you're hanging out at your friend's place. You're on the couch with them. And they say, hey, man. Like I just said in the beginning of the video, actually. I was like, say you're hanging out with your friend. They're like, hey, man, how do you do it? Like, how do you get comfortable on camera? And I'm like, hey, you know what? Well, I'll be honest. There's a few things I do. One, I practice a lot. So pretend like you're not talking to an iPhone, even though it seems kind of trippy. Pretend like you're talking to your friend. Pretend like you're hanging out and your friend asks you a question. I think this is a good way to start because I will say when it comes to being a YouTuber, I do think there is a certain element. Like if you look at someone like PewDiePie, it's kind of funny that his previous videos, he put on this, not in a bad way, but it's almost like, it's like PewDiePie playing the PewDiePie character. He almost exaggerated PewDiePie. And then I remember seeing like an interview with him, very calm, very different person than is like on-camera person. So I will say there are some YouTubers that kind of ramp it up. And I will say that for me too. Sometimes I do that where like say, if I am going out and I'm vlogging, I might be a little more upbeat because I am in a good mood, right? And I'm not trying to fake it. It's not like I'm like, oh, today sucks. Let me try to like fake it till I make it. But it's more of like, I want to have a vibrant, fun video. I'm like, hey, what's up, guys? Like, say I'm like doing this with my phone. I'm like, hey, what's up, guys? For today, we're going to Manhattan Beach, California. We're going to be doing some bar hopping, and I do that kind of whole thing. But then other times, I want to make a video like this, where it's like, we're hanging out, and you're saying to me, dude, just how do you get comfortable? I just feel like being on camera gives me so much anxiety. So that's a big thing I will say. That I think the second thing is pretend like you're talking to a friend. A big pro tip I do give to a lot of YouTubers too is to have like, and you're given niche, like so you're doing a niche, like a gardening channel, fitness channel, finance channel, whatever the case is, to write down the top 20 beginners questions that you think someone would have. The more simple, usually the better. So for example, like I'm doing fitness, how do you do a push-up? How do you do a sit-up? How do you lose weight? Does creatine make me more jacked? Should I lift weights if I'm a girl? That's another big one a lot of people have. Is cardio weightlifting more effective? Like I could go down these different paths on all these videos, and I think what's good is one, a lot of these questions are things people search for, but two, it does kind of put you in the perspective or the kind of seat, literally and figuratively, of being like, okay, pretend like I'm at the bar and my friend said, hey man, I'm trying to lose weight. Like, do you have any tips? I know you know a lot about this fitness stuff. Can you give me some tips? So I think pretending like you're talking to your friend makes it more casual, raw, and authentic. And I think one thing that's happened with YouTube, especially now, is what a lot of people call the anti-beastification of YouTube. Bit of a long phrase. Basically what it means, I think YouTube went through this phase where in the beginning, it was very raw and authentic. Very raw and authentic. And then I think because Mr. Beast made such polished videos that were insane productions, I'm not hating on Mr. Beast, of course, his videos are amazing, it became too flashy, where people tried to be super, like, high quality produced, edited, blah, 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 blah. And then honestly, I think Sam Sulek, I feel like is really one of the big ones that kind of kicked this trend off, and maybe other YouTubers as well, where Sam Sulek flipped the script. As opposed to making a fitness video, being like, hey, what's up, guys? For today, I'm going to show you the 5 best chest exercises to build muscle. And he said, hey, he was kind of casual. He jumped in his car. He talked to the camera as if he's talking to his friend in the car. You almost felt like you were hanging out with them. Kind of like a podcast, but like a one-person podcast in a sense. You saw him go to the gym, very raw and casual, and I think it did well because people said, okay, I want to get away from this crazily high-edited, high-production value style videos. I want to be raw and authentic, and I think a big way to achieve that, again, now jumping back to the point of this video when it comes to being, and feeling comfortable on camera, pretend like you're telling your friend something. Pretend like you're teaching them something. The third thing, which is easier said than done, but I want to kind of approach this in the right way, talking about like the anti-beastification of YouTube, is to relax. And I know it's kind of like, well, like, dude, it's almost like saying to somebody, like, if they're mad, be like, bro, just calm down. Or like, say if someone's sad, you're like, yo, just be happy, don't be sad. And you're like, oh, cool, I'm all better now. So I do know this is easier said than done, but I will say that I think in the beginning, one of the hardest things to do is to genuinely be yourself on camera and to relax. And I think for me, which is kind of interesting, talking about that YouTube cycle, I feel like I went through something similar. Where I think in the beginning when I first started filming videos, and this is back in like 2012, but I really started making a lot of videos, I'd say in 2014, is when I really started kind of to pump them out, then 2015, then 2016. is I think in the beginning, I was very raw. I'd say a lot. I'd talk in a lot of circles. I would just kind of be talking off the cusp. Very, very casual, very just free-flowing. And then I was like, okay, I got to polish. I got to get better at speaking and enunciating and all this kind of stuff. And that did happen. I worked a lot in my speech and to get better and all that kind of stuff. Sometimes I used to like slur my words and a lot more. And then it's kind of funny how I became almost what I kind of felt like at some point too polished. Where some of my friends watch my YouTube videos and they're like, dude, you're kind of a different person on camera. Not in a bad way. You're not like faking it. It's not like you're trying to be someone you're not, but it doesn't seem like you. Like you're too like, what's up guys? For today, I'm going to teach you. It was too, and then they're like, you got to be more yourself. And I think I came to this third stage where it's like, I'm taking the freeform, just being myself on camera element of my first stage with the techniques and better speaking skill sets I gained from this kind of second stage or the second phase, if I'd word like that, to the third one where now it's more just being relaxed, being comfortable. Like before, I might cut out ums. Like if I'm like, so for today, now I keep them in. Because I'm like, you know what? It is something that makes it more raw and authentic. Now, of course, I think it does depend upon the type of the video. If like say I'm doing a hardcore educational video, like here are 5 ways to build more muscle, I might make it a bit more polished. I'll be honest, because I'm trying to teach you something. But for a video where I'm just kind of being raw and authentic and kind of just talking off the cusp, like a video like this is a prime example, I actually think making it more raw, having maybe more pauses, maybe stumbling a bit more, if like say I just don't know exactly how to word something, makes it more relatable. And I think that's a big thing, like on a video like this. This is raw and unedited. I'm not going to edit out. There's no jump cuts. You can already tell, right? Of course, because you've been watching this video. And I think it is one of those things where at the end of the day, I think, which is kind of tough, but I do feel like if you go into it with this right mindset, I think sometimes people see YouTubers, and a lot of YouTubers, when you picture a YouTuber, you picture somebody like Logan Paul or somebody being like, what's up, guys? That's a typical thing of like, and I've had people hit me up saying, hey, Mark, I just feel like I'm not that energetic on camera. Not in a bad way, just I can't bring myself to be that kind of Logan Paul figure or this intense figure. Even sometimes when people watch my vlogs on my vlog channel, they're like, dude, I don't know if I can do that whole like YouTuber intense energy, high octane kind of vibe. But here's the thing. 1, there's a voice for everybody on YouTube. And 2, there's a lot of people who might watch my videos or my vlogs and say, all right, this guy's a bit too much for me. He's too intense. And if you're like, hey, what's up, guys? I'm in Manhattan Beach, California right now. Never been here. We're going to explore, have some fun, have some food, maybe have some drinks. Let's check it out. Some people might actually prefer that, where it's more casual, more raw, more just kind of like easy going, right? And the good thing about YouTube is there's a voice for everybody. So I think the biggest thing is on this third point, not only to relax, but to feel like you don't have to try to be something you're not. You don't have to put on this crazy high caffeinated, high octane, energy, intense, screaming at the camera type personality. You can just be yourself. And I will say that sometimes it is this kind of tricky thing where sometimes in an odd way for some people, once that record button's hit and they're filming, sometimes they do feel a bit uncomfortable where it's almost hard for them to be themselves because you're like, 1, of course, like I said, like they don't have that much practice. 2, they are talking to an inanimate object. They're not picturing their friend or something like that. But then 3, it's like they have a hard time just relaxing, being like, you know what? I know I'm recording. I know this is going to go live on YouTube. I know I'm talking to an inanimate object. I know I don't have that much practice, but you know what? I'm just going to enjoy that. Like I guarantee if, let's say you're starting a YouTube channel, and let's say you're in the beginning stages, maybe it's not a bad idea for you to be like, hey, what's up, guys? This is my first video. I'm trying to get good at being comfortable on camera. Maybe you do a fun series. I guarantee this actually do pretty well on YouTube. If you did like a 20 or 30 part series, where you say, hey, you know what, guys? For my first 30 videos, I'm just going to hit record and talk. I'm trying to get better. Maybe you title each video like getting comfortable on camera, video number 7 or video number 8. And you're like, you know what? For 30, I'm going to do 30 on 30. For 30 days, every day, I'm going to film something just to get comfortable on camera. And my goal is after the end of these 30 days is to feel more relaxed, comfortable, and easygoing when that video is recording. I actually think that'd be very cool to watch. To watch someone who's never filmed before and then watch their progress from even day 1 to then day 10 to then day 15 at the halfway point to then day 30. I think that'd be really cool. At the end of the day, like I said, Practice, practice, practice. Pretend like you're talking to a friend. Pretend like you're just having a conversation rather than you trying to teach something or whatever. Pretend like you're just casually hanging out and explaining something to somebody. And then 3, last but definitely not least, just relax. Don't try to be someone you're not. Don't try to like hype yourself up. Maybe you are that high octane person. Like for me, I'm naturally energetic. No surprise to anybody. So that's just my natural personality. But if you're not, that is okay too. There are so many YouTubers who are way bigger than I will ever be, who are way more casual, way more quiet, way more, if I'd even use this word, introverted, but that's okay. There's a space on YouTube for everybody.